Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Tuesday the 10th of December. Looking at the euro dollar first, and well, yesterday really tiny inside day there. Very little movement for most of the day, or all of the day to be fair. Has left us with real tight pivots when we look at the daily pivots on the 60-minute chart in a moment, but just wanted to look at this 4-hourly picture first. Bit of flag sitting there yesterday, and I was looking to see if we got a breakdown of the trend line. It probably did into that 50, but I mean, it was so late on. Looking at it now, even now, ignoring the smaller picture and looking at it from the 4-hourly and above, a break of that 50, 4-hourly 50 would suggest further downside. It's held on here quite well, which, well, may suggest there's further upside to happen. We've had a higher low confirmed in there, which was confirmed in yesterday. And then we've this morning once again we've got this higher low sort of coming in there, but it's just flatlining effectively. And I was just really looking for 60-minute 200, 4-hourly 50, whichever you want. I think if it starts breaking beyond that, but realistically in terms of range, there's nothing coming out today of significance I can see there, which is German economic sentiment at 10 o'clock. Could be a little bit of a mover. We've seen some more slightly positive data coming out from Germany recently. Maybe we could see a little bit of action there, but realistically in terms of the moves, I think we'd need something a bit more significant. So I think more of the same for the euro there, and possibly even cable. Let's have a look at cable from the daily point of view here. Yesterday it did eventually roll over a little bit. I was looking for, but not very much. Weekly pivot still sits below there, is all I can say. There was a divergence that sat there across the highs on the 4-hourlies here. You see this on this MACD. It could still be rolling over further, and I'm sort of looking with the indecision. There's a thought this morning and discussions this morning in some of the press that the Labour Party could win by not winning any extra seats, just the Conservatives losing some to the Liberals. And yes, the Scottish National Party. So on that basis, it could see the pound roll over a little bit more and a follow through this morning. It didn't touch the daily pivot on here. Did actually touch the daily pivot on the real price action. So we'll see. It's looking erring to me on the bearish side. And as I say, we could see further downside there, but it's slow. Dollar yen. Well, this yesterday it did exactly what it should have done, but again, look at the tiny little range, tiny little bar yesterday, and well, just sums these markets up before we get the Fed meeting on Wednesday. We got the ECB meeting on Thursday. These, and of course on Thursday we've got Brexit. We've got that's all I seem to hear. We've got the general election on Thursday. So there's sort of three countries that are going to see sort of some three countries, two countries and a region that's going to see some big data coming out. So maybe we'll just see a stall of this continue through today. Looking at the yen at the moment, consolidated yesterday. Couldn't see it on here. We need to bring it back down to the 60-minute. There we go. It did roll over. It broke the trend that was running across the lows there. I was talking about. Rolled over. Didn't go very far though. And when I looked at this, you start looking at this is a 60-minute chart. Look at the intervals down on the side here. 5-10 pip intervals. It means it's very tight. And in fact, I was looking at it yesterday, and at one stage it goes 5 pip intervals on an hourly chart. It's a bit of an unknown sort of. I say unknown. It's very rare, but it just shows you how tight these markets have become. What's it mean? Well, perhaps bigger positions and smaller expectations and stops, but not overly sure that's necessarily the best thing at the moment, and it may be just sitting on the sidelines and waiting. So this dollar yen this morning, it's really consolidated. Personally, I think a break of that pivot down towards yesterday's lows S1 area would be my favourite position or favourite trade in terms of what's been going on in the near term here. There we go. That's the yen. And just quickly on the same time frame, just run through Aussie dollar. Well, in fact, I just need to come up a bit of a time frame. Yesterday sort of sell off. It's just sitting around its weekly pivot here. Had a little bounce. 4 hourly. There's no reason to go down any lower. And you can just see it's consolidating here, not really going anywhere. Not a day trading currency at this stage. And the Canadian dollar has just come out to the daily, so we can show you what's going on there. Selling off. Well, yesterday ended up a bit of a sell-off down, a bit of follow through this morning so far. Canadian data isn't particularly strong at the moment, and it's a mess. Basically, for me, not tradable. It was sort of bull flaggy sort of pattern yesterday. That candle that came in midday made it look quite ugly, and now, well, it's even uglier. In fact, well, yeah. Best left alone. So there we are. News today then. GDP data at 9:30 for the pound. 10 a.m. German economic sentiment may get a little bit of volatility. GDP figure, it's a monthly figure, and manufacturing production also coming out, but we get the flash data so quickly now. It'll be interesting to see if these numbers really mean anything now. That's pretty much it for today. I wish you a good one. Bye for now.